There's three ways to promote your business: online, offline, and inline. Online is money you spend to get leads on Facebook and Instagram and Google. Offline are things that we're going to talk about today. My name is Jonathan Peschke. Roman Peschke's on here, and our goal is to help you grow your academy and make more money doing what you love. So, with offline marketing, we're going to focus on this today. We just did a booth actually this last Saturday at a fall festival. We had about a dozen people that scheduled their first lesson to come into the academy. Three of them showed up last night. Two of them enrolled on a full-blown Greenbelt membership, like we were just talking about. Now, the best part about that is one of them paid $500 to get started. The other one went ahead and took advantage of a savings and prepaid the whole thing and put $2,500 on her credit card to not have any monthly payments at all. So let's do the math. 3,000 generated so far, and that was only three of the 12. So we have a lot to look forward to. Now, how does that happen? I'm sure some of you guys have done booths in the past or any type of offline event, and something good happened. And I'm sure you've probably done some that nothing good happened. How do we get consistency, right? Because in martial arts, a lot of times you have this perpetual roller coaster. We have a good month, we have a bad month. We have a good month, we have a bad month. It's exhausting. I just want to have a steady growth, right? So in our offline marketing, we want to make sure that we are meeting people, building value, and of course, getting them to commit to some whatever's next. Sometimes at booths, we are able to sell the trial, and the one this last Saturday, we weren't. So we have a strategy for both. If we can sell the trial, we actually have a QR code right there where they can scan it and pay the 20 bucks, right? But the one that we did this last Saturday, they said, no, 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 no vending. You can be out there, but you can't sell anything. And we said, okay, great. So we took I guess you could call it like a blotter. We had a big schedule printed out, not to show them, but for us to fill spots. So we had our canopy, we had our table and cloth. I do think a prize wheel is very good for getting attention. And we've done it where they break a board, but what we have found is we really don't need to waste all those boards. So we have clapper targets. On the spinny wheel, you don't even necessarily have to give away a bunch of stuff, okay? Tangible items that you have to buy. On the spin wheel, you can have what technique they get to learn today. Hey, good morning, sir. So like on the spinning wheel, we have things like knife hand strike, reverse punch, hammer fist strike, front kick. And you can put a couple of each one of those. So they spin the wheel to see what technique they get to learn today. And then we do a little mini class. We teach them how to stand at attention and bow to show respect. We teach them how to make a fist, for example, using the front two knuckles or the knife hand or the hammer fist. We teach them how to do something. And then we teach them how to fall back. We teach them how to key off to create more energy, more power, and mom, more confidence. And what I'm really trying to do, everything I'm helping the kid is to impress the mommy. Because just like when we're talking to someone on the phone, a person calls in to see about an activity. If we do it right, they realize, oh, it's more than that. If we're really good at it, they realize, oh, this could be huge. At the booth, we've got about a couple of minutes to do the exact same thing. It's going to go, hey, I bet you, come on over here, spin the wheel. My name is, and you are, just very similar to on the phone. And then we have a permission slip. As you can imagine, we have to get permission from parents. And so the permission slip's just a little half sheet of paper that has the parent's name, cell phone number, child's name, and age. And then we do a couple spots for that. So if they have more than one kid. And of course, signature, which at the bottom of the signature is our little waiver, same as they would sign when they come into the academy, that says that we can't be held liable, we can use pictures and video. It's very standard. But what I'm really doing is getting that lead. So, mom, I need you to fill this out. So we have permission to teach the technique to your kid after the kid already spins the wheel. So the kid's like, oh, I get to do this. Mom, perfect. Let me have you fill this out. While she's filling that out, I get to connect. Hi, my name is Jonathan Peschke, and you are? Oh, it's nice to meet you. You know what? A lot of families get their kids started for the very same reasons, things like improving their discipline, focus, confidence. And today we're teaching kids techniques on the paddle that they'll be able to use. And we're even allowing, now Again, since this was a booth, we couldn't sell the trial. We're allowing them to come into the academy for a free tour and orientation lesson. That way, parents like you can see just how impactful martial arts training can be on their child for improvement and growth in all areas. A lot of families like, and this is where you prime the pump, a lot of families love it because it helps improve their focus, their confidence, their discipline to do better at home and even do better at school. What area would you like to see your child improve? This is where you start to build real rapport and real value. Well, yeah, I guess you could use better discipline. Oh, perfect. Watch this. I know what to accentuate in this little 1 minute introductory lesson I'm going to do right here, where I'm going to use the words that she gave me. It was confidence. We're going to talk about stand up tall and straight, show me a confident stance, fall back. I'm going to teach her how to key up. Let me hear it louder. Show me that confidence again. I'm going to look at mom because really I want to have a moment here with mom about her kid, just like when they come into the academy. I said, Mom, that's how we start to build confidence. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love it. Have the kid do their technique. The paddle makes a loud cracking sound. Oh my, we even tell mom, get your phone out and turn on video so you can capture this. I want her to see her child in a different light than what she's used to seeing. Okay, is everybody with me so far? Hopefully. All right. So I want to create an impact. I want to show this parent my ability to change their child's behavior in a moment, in an instant. Now, if we could sell the trial, I would roll into that. Say, after she hits the paddle or makes a good sound, back to attention, bow, give her a big hand, woo, lots of energy. And say, Mom, this is exactly why we're letting people do our 2-week trial. I mean, it's only 20 bucks. In fact, here's a QR code. Let's go ahead and scan this right now so we can save a spot for you. We have everyone coming in on Monday or Tuesday, which is best. 4:45 or 6:45, which works better for you. Whether I can sell the trial or not, I've got to schedule the lesson. Now, we're moving pretty quick at this booth because there's typically a lot of people coming through and they don't all set appointments. Some of them are just going around to every single booth, and that's okay because already we made $3,000 and we've only seen a fourth of them. And the truth is, it only takes one. So now that we've scheduled the lesson, I'm sorry, let me back up. Now I want to schedule the lesson to get you to come in. But once the lesson is scheduled, we're done for the moment, but we're not anywhere near done. It's just like how when people see you on Facebook and they opt in, if we don't get to them right away, they just evaporate and people go, oh, my leads are no good. Well, no, your leads are probably better than you think. You're just not getting to them fast enough. With this person who just set an appointment, I know some of these guys are just setting the appointment because, why not? And they really don't have any intention, which is why I'm trying my best to connect with them. However, once the appointment is set, I'm going to tell them. Now, we'll be reaching out to you tomorrow to go over all the information you need to know about your very first lesson and to send you some materials to kind of look through to get a sneak peek. Okay? And they go, oh, okay. I want to tell them what's coming next. I'm always going to tell them what they have to look forward to. Now, what happens next is we go through and we call them, and it's basically, well, not basically, it is the phone dialogue with the front end chopped off. I'm going to call you up and I'm going to say, for example, Lisa Smith. Yes. Hey, Lisa, this is Jonathan Peschke from the Family Taekwondo Academy. We met at the booth yesterday at Arden Park. Man, your kid did great. I want to get them back into that feeling. And now I'm still going to go through every single piece of the phone dialogue. I'm going to look for what do they want to get out of this? Why is it important? What would be different? We're going to confirm the lesson. We don't need to set it. It's already been set. I'm going to skip asking for the money because we already told them it was a free tour and orientation if we had to. And then I'm going to ask, who should we add to this trial? A little brother, older sister, maybe dad, mom, what about you? I'm still going to do all my steps because just because they scheduled a lesson doesn't mean they're ready to enroll. That's on us. Any offline marketing, I've still got to do the work. I've still got to go through and tee them up for success because whether it was a call-in, a walk-in, a booth, a school talk, a fair, a festival, you meet someone on the street. That's step one. Step two is now, how do I elevate this? How do I expand this? How do I make it more powerful, more meaningful, so that when they show up, they are not showing up to see what it is, they're showing up to confirm this is right. And that is a huge, huge difference. So now we're going to go through the phone dialogue. Again, we're going to find out what are they looking for? Why does it matter? What would be different? We skip scheduling. We'll confirm that they're coming in for this time or that time. We're going to find out who do we need to add to the trial. We're going to then make sure that they, even if they're not going to do the trial membership, we're going to make sure that they know that both parents need to be here. They need to have something where they can move around in terms of attire, because on day one, everyone goes through the tour and orientation together to best support your child. Number next, we're going to make sure that they have the address. We text them the information so they can click the link and make sure they get good directions. And then last but not least, we're even going to pre-frame them by letting them know that, hey, if you guys love this as much as I know you will, truth is most of our families know after their very first visit if this is a good fit or not. So if it is, we'll even review our memberships and help you save money by getting started right away. Okay? And that is such a huge vital component to this, because if you don't tell them that they have a chance to save money by enrolling, then when you go to try to enroll them, you're coming at them out of nowhere, cold turkey. And you will get all kinds of crazy oppositions. And it just makes your job tougher to complete. So if I don't tell them they're going to be on the mat, they don't show up ready to get on the mat. There's a misstep. And if I think I skipped one piece, and that is after we find out who should we add, we're going to make sure they know to be dressed comfortably to be on the mat. And then the next is we got to make sure that they're in our Facebook group. So we're going to let them know. In fact, we had a mom last night. I got to witness one of our gals do a phone call yesterday. She nailed it. And it was a mom calling in for a little girl. And she said, okay, mom, who should we add to this? A little brother, older sister, maybe dad, maybe you. And the mom said, well, dad's not around. It's just me. However, I can do it too. Oh, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. We encourage it. She goes, okay, let's do it together. She goes, okay, so that'll be $20 each, 40 bucks. And the mom said, okay, great. I'm in. Then she said, okay, now that we have that all taken care of, let me give you access to our private group on Facebook so you can kind of get a sneak peek of what you have to look forward before you even come in. And the mom said, okay, hang on a second. And she goes, yeah, take your time. She goes, oh my gosh, apparently I need to reactivate my Facebook. And she goes, Ms. Gowan goes, oh, that's okay. Take your time. No rush. And she goes, okay, all right, I found it. All right, hit the join button. I'm going to give you access. And that way, when we get done, you can kind of scroll through there and check it out. And the mom literally goes, oh my gosh, this looks so great. So apparently she was already looking at it. Why did it look great? Because she saw other mommies and other families and other kids. They're all in there, big smiles, looking good, having a good time, and there was a connection. And that is exactly why you don't want to skip steps. If we can get into rapport, build a connection, paint a picture of what your child gets to become in contrast to who they currently are, you're building real value where a parent will literally pay you thousands of dollars to be a part of it. But if you only make it about getting on and off the phone real fast, you only make it about booking the appointment, half the time you book the appointment, but they didn't really commit to anything. They're just appeasing you to get off the phone. So we got to take our time and have a conversation that matters. So let's go back to the beginning. Offline events are designed to do one thing: get leads, preferably ones that are committed to showing up to your academy. However, we're not done there, not by a long shot. Now we have to work those leads. We're going to first contact the ones that did set an appointment, and we're going to use the same phone conversation to help them realize this is much bigger deal than what they first thought. It's not just some silly activity. It could be life-changing. And this way they show up ready to find out if they want to enroll versus showing up to see what it is in the first place. And all these tools, finding out who should we add, making sure they're ready, dressed appropriately to get on the mat, making sure that they get access to your private group, and by all means, making sure they understand that if it's a good fit, we'll review memberships and even help them save money by getting started right away. Okay? And I just need them to say, okay, which they always do. But now you eliminate ever having a person go, "Well, I didn't know you were gonna ask me for money." That never happens. It used to happen many, many years ago, but today it never happens. People come in knowing full well that they're there to see if they want to enroll. And if I did my job right, they've already got an idea of what it is, and they've already stalked us on Facebook because I encouraged it. And now they just got to show up to get confirmation. Is it really as good as I thought? And if we do our tour and orientation right, well, then the answer is obviously yes. So, recap of stats. One booth Saturday, scheduled 12 appointments. So far this week, three showed. The rest of them are scheduled today and tomorrow. So far, those three that showed up yesterday, two enrolled, and we collected just over $3,000 in new money over the counter, plus whatever billing is projected. Let's say, I guess the other one has another 24.90 in scheduled payments to come in, but we don't count that because there's no guarantee it's always going to show up. Everyone knows people do quit. We don't count promised money. We count the dollars that go in the bank. Okay. And because a lot of you guys have seen people in our industry and they're like, well, he did $50,000 in contract amount. Okay. Well, that's good. It's great. That means some money was probably collected, I hope. But, I'm not going to brag about promises. Let's talk about what actually happened. All right. And here's the best part, that booth, I think it cost us $125. So we spent 125 and have collected so far 3,000. Good investment, good use of our time. We run a lot of locations here. We're always looking for activities. We do a lot of online marketing. It works very, very well. If you guys have any questions about that, reach out to Roman on here. He will help you with that. We have a new client that just came on board up in Canada. I think he's got the new record for $45. He's got 50 something leads already. And that's not typical. However, online marketing does work very, very well. Number two, we do offline marketing, which are school talks, PE classes, birthday parties. Not my personal favorite, but some people love them. And that's the thing. Nothing is one size fits all. What do you excel at? Booths, we do very well with booths. Our best booth so far was at Easter. We sold 42 trials at one booth. That was a record. Sometimes we get a couple, and that's okay because as you can see, it just takes one to make a couple $1,000s. So let's get really good at connecting with people, following up with people, and then helping them see through your eyes the potential that they have to become. And that's really what selling is. How do I create this desire where they want to buy and then they say thank you? Not let me put them in a headlock and try to get their money. That never works out. So this one strategy this weekend has already generated 3,000. My anticipation is we will double that before the week is over. But how do you find these? How do you find these activities? Well, it's, in my opinion, quite simple. Google seems to be the easiest answer. Uh, you can Google family activities near me. You Google family events near me. Try to Google it 5 different ways to find out. All kinds of different calendars will show up. If you're in an incorporated city area like Rockland, you can say family events in Rockland. The city of Rockland has a website as well, and they have a calendar of all their events coming up. Like they do a big chili festival, right? Dynamite place to have a booth. Let's see what else. Not what's it called? Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce usually has a calendar also. You can check your local Chamber of Commerce. A lot of times these show up when you Google family events near me or events near me. You just have to scroll through. If you take 20 minutes looking for things in your area, you will find them. You will find them. Another great way to get involved is talking to the schools and the PTAs or PTOs. Heck, half the time you can just talk to the parents in your lobby. Parents, I'm curious. We do a lot of events outside the academy where we show up and talk to parents and families just like you about the value and benefit of having their child involved in martial arts. When you guys hear or see of any events coming up that are family friendly, please let me know. As a matter of fact, if your school is doing any kind of fall festival, harvest festival, shoot, let me know and we'll get in touch with the right people to come out there. Maybe we can even have your kid demonstrate something. They're like, ooh, right? I just have to let everyone know that I am interested in growing our academy. All right. Um, so again, this is one of the legs under the table, one strategy that we use that generates thousands of dollars every single month without killing yourself. So if, there's a lot of different strategies that we use, about a dozen of them, and anyone who's on this call who is not already a part of our training program, Roman, would you drop the link in there for us? And if anyone wants to book a free strategy call, you're certainly welcome to. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Look at that. Man, he's fast. So let me, I wanted to share this information with you guys today because it's something anyone can do. In fact, if you want to make it more fun, invite some of your people who may be interested in helping your academy grow. And we do an apprentice program, and we have several people in that class that have gotten really good at connecting with people through the training. And so I think we invited 3 of them to come out to the booth also, just to get some hands-on experience. They knocked it out of the park. They were chatting up with everybody in a professional way. So much so that I have told them, hey, if you guys find some more booths that you want to do, let me know and I'll take care of it. And you guys can go run those booths and do it even on your own. And they were thrilled. So it's very easy to start to create this army of people that want to help you grow your academy, that you don't have to pay, you don't have to put them on your payroll. They just want to be more involved. And with the right training, can be a tremendous asset. So again, if you have any questions about this or anything else, go ahead and hammer them out in the chat. The link is there. If you want to click the link, you can schedule a free one-on-one strategy call. And yeah, we can help you certainly get a plan in place to help grow your numbers, because this time of year, we're ramping up into the busiest time of year. And the truth is, I want to get as many people enrolled this month and next, because the end of November, come Thanksgiving, is our annual holiday sale. And that's where our Black Friday holiday friend, we call it our friends and family sale. You can generate thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in just a few short hours. Because I tell you, booths are not anything new in our industry. People have been doing booths as long as they've been doing martial arts. However, doing a booth that helps money show up is a little bit different for most.